Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Crusader Kings 3 Harran, in which, well, I took part in about 2 tournaments so far for this series. What do you mean series? For this character, Babaeus, is the one that I'm currently playing as. In which he won, God dang it, phrase it, come on, pronouns, pal. Help me here. He only lost one contest, and that's wrestling. And then he won the duel. Yes. And then on another tournament over in Al-Quds, Jerusalem, where there was the horse race and there was archery, and won both of those too. And I won some great prizes, including this here prize bow, which is an improvement to this old sword that we've been carrying. Someone has a prowess of 3, and enemy fatal casualties go up a little, and have a little more advantage in the drylands while using this thing. So, and plus, look at the that's the Ludar trait. As I do have a little 1 footman, that's just prowess up a bit, and the bow. Well, it's current level 1, but I am just 3 short of this level 2, which would have vassal levy based contribution, which would most definitely help me with this. But if I get up a little more, I mean, I'm wondering, will it stack up? There's 2 ways of getting the bow trade up. Take part in more archery contests, which I would like to hold another one, and just that only, or go hunting. That'd be ideal. I'll just be a bowman for the rest of my life. And I'm in very good health because of all these other things, including wrote a treatise on the Garden of Medicine. Yeah. That'll be for another couple of years. So I'm living very, very healthily. Healthy. That's the word. And plus, in 2 years' time, I'll be able to marry in a grand wedding. But I kind of want to do one more thing before we get on moving. Well, first things first, develop the capital. Because we're trying to get that progress up a little more. And that is go take part in a pilgrimage. Worldly pilgrimage to Baghdad. Just a short distance. Although I wish I had the barrier caravan master, but it's the best that we got as far as aptitude's concerned. Down here, dummy. That's the aptitude that you would look for. Maybe I ought to go pay a little visit to Ahmed before you go back down here, just to get away from an ongoing war zone. Then we'll head to Nineveh. Yeah, we'll be crossing into more dangerous country. And then we'll go to Baghdad. I'll be having a traveler trait. So some more lifestyle experience. And then after Baghdad, then we will turn this way. To go that way to head to the Ali Mosque. At the Kabbalah. Well, the Kufa, Kabbalah. This one's more of the martial lifestyle. And then all the way to Tal Madron, and we'll be back home in no time. So, this would take a while with some degree of danger, but I'm very much ready. But alternatively, disregard the mercenary guards and just play it safe. Like, slow down. 13 months. That's slow. And again, it said 2 years. Careless about the party rewards. I just want to go sightseeing. Anything else to increase safety cost more than just that? I should start looking for those. Be safe. Conscious. Okay, fine. I mean, I don't want to go too slow. I got a champion racehorse. And you claim to be an experienced traveler. And I'll just go for altruism at this time. So let us go. Silk Road merchant and Assyrian mercenary captain. Here I'm off again. As I walk outside, I'm greeted by the sight of a steward, Elijah, crouching beside my cat paws, tender petting his head. It's quite lovely cat you have, my lord. You are very perceptive. Don't worry, I'll be back before we even think about that. Get away from me. We don't even have an accolade. You're the man, Gregor. You're the man. Thug, valiant. Go for that. Leave valiant. Good to have. Create this accolade. The champion of the one. And you'll be christened as? Word of my route seemed to spread around the myself. As our entourage is soon beset with countless souls begging to be blessed with royal touch, I could, of course, simply sprinkle the water blessed by myself on them, and surely be satisfied. But granted them blessed coins to soothe their infected areas would keep them having to bless for much longer. Spring of water should satisfy them. Learning. Go for scientific, because I have some culture fascination as of late. The first one for early medieval. In 15 years, we'll get this, that I may have to replace the skirmishers with these. Keyword may. Jabalta is home to the famous ways shrine happen to be passed by. Locals tell us it isn't common for travelers to spend even a few days praying there, for it is said that doing so will ensure safe passage for one's journey. I'm unsure how helpful praying to so would be, but I should at least pay my respects to the one while here. Quick pray and move on. Notice that my vibe voice is more than usual. It's always set to the opposite end of the camp, up at the table, when they were invited to a feast. He constantly refuses when I come to walk in. We've not had the best of relationships, but that attitude's starting to me. Especially over him to fame. Babaeus is a brilliant book. I'll be way better than that though. Is that the wind I hear? The rain hasn't let up that we've been traveling through. I've been nervously eyeing the river's murky waters. It's swelled ever larger, like some pus-filled blister. Master Hushia is complaining once again. We've been trekking across this sodden, sucking cesspit for days. When does, before we can finish this, the bank finally breaks a rush of thick, dark water slosh towards our supplies, and Hushia. I don't even know if he's my current Soko merchant, but damn it, we'll be slow again. Save him. The supplies are lost. Journey through Ukbara. I passed by a particular looking tent, split open of its yet more particular looking occupants. Come in, almighty of me. But there are many miles to go. I can offer you a reading for future travels at a modest price. A strange man has piqued my interest of my entourage, but am I willing to pay for a reading? Because I'm a cynic, I says I'm not interested. Passing through the gates of Baghdad is hard not to reflect on having reached the traditional center of the Arabic-speaking and Islamic world. As I approach the inner city, the air becomes filled with intellectual literary discourse. Its entire street, even its bridges, dominated by hundreds of busy bookshops and literary salons. My fellow pilgrim mutters through while taking his scars, Speckle. I could really spend a lifetime here, my lord. A great opportunity for some learned conversation. 0% chance I can know myself. 6% to make a passable impression. 55% to learn new things, or 38% to make it open-minded perk. Learn some new things here. As I'm finally here, body and soul at the great temple of Baghdad. As the head priest offers me blessings, I reflect on everything that has had to happen for the gods to bring me here at this moment of time. A whole lot of walking, says the cynic. I've walked the holy path. I'm a pilgrim now. Hey, you found a shortcut, even though we haven't left Baghdad yet, but good to know. I've been wanting to, give me a moment. I've been wanting to increase the cultural acceptance between the two of us, but from these events here, this may work. Because I like to hybridize that culture with them. There's only so much a man could pray about looking for other equally important ways to spend one's time. And Amir Abdul Razak has a lovely residence that he so kindly allows me to visit. I hear some voices from one of the rooms. In doing this, you achieve the greatest technique. I peek inside to see Courtiers, explaining his craft to a group of interested courtiers who eagerly follows his teachings. A homely looking missionary. Such an expert feels wasted at a court like this, don't you think? He's with us. Warfia's shots may be appointed as the champion of the One. Armenian Harranian. You're the man. As I wander around the stalls of the market, avoid as many local foods as I can, the ways that people are trying to drag me into their houses, I notice a bigger gathering around a specific merchant. Come and buy a true relic for a price that would make Pluto laugh for decades. The statue of the One, found in this very holy shrine over 8 days ago. Statue of the One? That can't be it! A card depicting statue of Mars. Okay, that makes some sense. It's just misnamed it. Base described the quote from the Harranian, Copius Hermeticum. I'll say, that doesn't look very authentic. Because I got a keen eye. This is keen eye for the rest of the character's life. Learn devotion. Yeah. This doesn't look very authentic. That statue. So how are you supposed to know what Mars looks like? The god of war, huh? Guess we're not the only cynic, huh? That's why they have the boredom book. Marriage during a pilgrimage to Baghdad, I can't help but return to the local market pursuing the wares. Instead of particular catches my attention. Merchant grins their appearance. I have the wares if my lord has coin. These exotic goods, Crusader, which would make a nice profit back home, or maybe I could even save them as a gift. This thought seems like a wise investment. I have a daughter. Daughter and heir. Vraz. That'll be your name. No, not like this. As our time is a sacred site, Charleston, I may have missed out on the odd worldly opportunity, but overall I'm happy with the experience. This being my first pilgrimage, while no pilgrimage is exactly like I feel confident I'm more familiar with what to expect from this type of spiritual journey in the future. While interesting, I look forward to bunking in my own bed. I did not become a wise man here, but I did become a pilgrim. There's still a lot more traveling to do. We got about 4 months to go. Truly, a stroll through Al-Kufa is a gift from the tranquility of this place. This Sunday, and abruptly broken by fierce grunts coming on. Hark! Get me out of this metal prison! The squire took offense in my manner, even going as far as to call me heartless, and has abandoned me. Whatever this strange man did could have not been enough to justify being stuck forever in his own. Could I could, of course, have someone to help him, but is it truly worth it? Consider the armor gone for a price. I know it's an unkind thing to do, but needed the money for the wedding. Not gonna make it super expensive though, just at a reasonable amount. And then save the rest for something else. It's all 10% danger from there. And we have not made any of this Silk Road trade, unfortunately. Another one of my old friends' child died. He was a leper. There's the army of Al-Farama. Alright, it's good to be home. Let me see now. Again, what I plan on doing at this time, I will only increase this, and that's that. Renown gains is no longer a priority, as I'm already at the level of splendor that I want for that eventual major goal here. So I want to save some money just for a few months more. A couple of months more. So don't do anything. Having carried my exotic wares from all the way to Baghdad, now I need to decide what to do with them. Should I sell them at a profit or keep them as a gift for the next personal scheme? The coin speaks to me. Sell the wares to double the amount. See? There's your reason. Because you just bought these exotic goods, and look of here. Oh my goodness. Bagrat, who's infirm, he was leading in battle. He's in prison. This war is over. The realm is disillusioned. Dissolved. There you go. So what does this mean now? Was it just this title or all of it? Peasant revolt. What does this mean? Pay attention. He's in their dungeon. It's all gone now. I'm an independent realm. Well, this presents new opportunities. Whoa, wait a minute. Did it affect the entire caliphate? What the heck? It did affect everybody. Well then, the entire Arabian Empire just crumbled. Everybody's independent now. This would mean it's going to swoop in here and take out everybody. Unless we all put in defense. But I'm the only pagan around. That means you have the ability to start fighting in holy wars. But of course, Sunni rulers of different kinds may come in and do that. They'll join up. So this presents new opportunities for us for something I did not expect. Again, you're only allied Philistine and Al-Basra. But again, I'm not here to, get holy sites and such. Despite the benefits that it may bring. But at least the conversions of my lands will stop by my lieges. So when they say disillusioned faction, like I thought it just applied to Armenia only. No, it's everybody. Somehow. Is that a bug? I mean, this is, at least now I've recorded this video now that we have this great evidence of it. But one thing is for certain. Those Kuramites, which I never bothered to make alliances with, that makes them a valuable target to expand the realm onto areas of Jazeera for Upper Mesopotamia. Well, this is it. This is the way to, how to, form the Jazeera, Upper Mesopotamia. Or in this case, since we're Syria, it could be called Assyria. This one doesn't have an alliance. We can get this land, have that little piece of the puzzle that's been missing. I've always wanted to control this side of the Euphrates for good. Plus, Harranians live there. Now we can, convert these lands without interruption. At least now we know how strong she is. that helps with the stewardship. Because I would love to have the fortress levied. So we don't need to fabricate claims anymore. We can start doing conquest wars. You need the illustrious, and where I'm at? Oh, the upcoming grand wedding is going to give me all the prestige anyhow, so you know what? Let's do the wedding now. This is the one for prestige gain. I could care less about the opinions of other attending characters, so okay. Instead of this, we'll go for this, for increased prestige gain. And possibly have a diplomacy with all the guests that wish to be here. So we shall hold this wedding now. Get married, have the alliance be solidified, and potentially negotiate an alliance of another entity. That'd be useful for us. So let us go. So I'll be getting an eager reveler, which sounds about right for him. Why do you keep asking? Is that person really dear to you? You pay up. That's the way to do it. And you pay as well. That's all you need to ask. Pay money. I'll go home now. So all I have to do is just hold our ground and okay, you're here for the wedding. Maybe I could try to negotiate with you, even though you are a slain son of beeswax. Oh, it feels amazing. We've been planning for so long and spent so much money on it, and it's finally here. Everything is ready. The decorations are in place. Guests are mingling. Servants scurry around with loaded dishes. I'm pacing around in excitement and nervousness of my future spouse. It appears radiant in the finest attire, ready to begin. Where are you from? Your realm is what I'm talking about. From down there, okay, good. Southern neighbor. Don't have areas that I would like to expand upon. So, try to target you. I mean, you're a reasonable man. You're compassionate like me. So hopefully we'll get together, maybe try to form alliance. Because you know about weddings. It's just politics, you know? Just politics. Gained a favor hook on this man. Who's my guest, in fact. But I could bring him in without having to pay him. In fact, he's very talented. And an herbalist. Come on in. You might be my new court physician. Even though you're good at it. Nothing has happened much in the events. Nothing out of the ordinary. Preparation rituals of the wedding ceremony are many. While in between them, I hear some snickering and scoffing coming from the relatives. When they see that, got my attention. Amir Ismail, Philistine, starts dress rejoicing. How could we let this vile miscreant corrupt foreign? Who is now watching me attending? Oh, heck. Is that a challenge? When the ceremony finally reaches its climax, both myself and my spouse are asked for our formal consent. I'm barely paying any attention. Buzzing with excitement for the imminent celebrations. Piles of delicious food, limitless drinks, and many happy faces share with them. All with, I can't imagine anything better for the timing. Let's get the formalities over with. Do I want to spend my life there? I do. As ceremony concludes, we all move to the banquet venue. I secretly smile to myself, pitching the joys to come from my married life. Not everyone could be so lucky to marry such a likable person. I wish everyone to share my happiness. Let's all tuck in. As Cody has eyes wide on my words, I realize what I just admitted to. I started to push my tangle. I've had too much. I try to get up one way, but don't trust what I say. Yeah, I'm a deviant. He's just a lowborn. He'll say nothing. Two copper eyes follow me as I cross the hallway. A small meow breaks silence as paws pounces from my ankle. He may be young, but he's nonetheless ferocious. As he prints away, I see he's left a flaming gift for the night. Thank you, kind sir. 2 gold. Food fit for you. Featuring exotic treats, elaborate culinary artworks, rich colors, and richer scents. The banquet chefs have all gone out for the wedding. Near my seat, both Rava and no corner others sign share their opinions about the correct amount of effort on display here. Enough to show thought, not any that is wasted. Food is good, and so I don't understand all of this money without going. They're fantastic. I picked the main dishes personally. Or go for this. Actually, you're pretty close, so go for the other option. Yes, I will say. Things aren't quite as I imagine them. Risky carnal behavior. Yipe! Yeah, the opportunity presents itself for me to organize a major orgy of the most extravagant sexual tastes in my also to give liberty to my particular fancies. But unfortunately, this time things got a little bit of hand, and someone of relevance might have discovered my deviancy. So the chance of him for keeping himself the discovery of my deviancy depends positively on my high intrigue, which I do not. Low intrigue, good. The dread, the higher, the better effect. As long as he's not brave, you know. Look at this man. He's got 10 intrigue, I got 11. Can you help me with this? No. Crud. So, what is expect of him for if he's the best friend or lover? He thinks of me highly. Conversely, there's the increased negative feeling by high intrigue, by being a rival or nemesis. Almost traits. His education in diplomacy or words, his education in intrigues also. Oh, he's callous. Oh dear. Just refrain yourself from organizing an orgy. Don't even think about it. Gave me the mysterious lamp. Guess the diplomacy attempt failed once again. As the feast starts winding down, everyone's sitting and tired, but the day is still not over for me. The procession, I guess, leads to our best bedchamber. The legitimacy of the wedding depends on it being consummated. It's time. Ceremony. As the banquet reached its climax, a growing anxiety over the end of the wedding ceremony was clear. My new wife turns to me as the procession sets out chairs. Please, can we do without this over the hollowing and drumming? Come, dear. It will be all right. Seeds. Fire in the great start of the winter, I stare at the flame of the sun. The light that's warm. Search for something in a wooden chest. Take my eyes off the flames to look at a bash. Says offering me a small package wrapped. So I saved this since patrol. Now offer it to you as a token of my love. You are my greatest gift. Marriage is set to produce many offspring. If you say so. Offers respects. Respect. She and I are led to the chamber spot of Ross's wedding party, echoing shouts and laughter heralding the wedding ceremony. The party deposits us on garland and flower-strewn bed. We turn to look at each other, both tense with expectations, and the party flies on. The door slams behind the last of the witnesses, and Ross party continue down the hall, though the families are no doubt listening. Come here, I've been waiting for this all night. She's flattered. Light of her again. When finally, as the last guest leaves, I look around the deserted venue. The food leftovers, spilled violet charbon on the floor. The echoes of people's lives still lingering here. Feel satisfied. What an amazing day. I did a very fine job organizing. Thank you all for coming. Thank you very much. And now we have far more important matters, and that is finally the reconversion of the Harranian territories. 10 years! Secretaries of Faith, that's one. More or less I can understand that, Trevor. Plus your learning skill. We'll get to work on it. Who's gonna stop us? What's going on? Peasant revolt. So they're a little bit tied up at the moment. So be careful when you're declaring holy wars. Damn! Just short of being illustrious. Perhaps I should hold a feast. We do have a master hunt, right? Maybe perhaps I should go hunting, or can't hold another tournament until you know, 5 years. Cannot be hosted 5 years. Get rid of that. Because since the artifact's about to break, I think it would be best to destroy them right now and gain some money out of it. Those prize rings don't mean much. Plus, get this book fixed. That's how much I'm willing to pay. And the Corpus Hermeticum, that is the scripture. I'm in very fine health. So my intent is to have a duchy conquest of there. There's no alliances at the moment, but I need prestige and fast. Need fame and fast. Here's one. Patronize the Neoplatonic Academy. It is in the name of learning. Members of my Neoplatonic Academy in Harran are grateful for my financial and moral support. Hopefully they will ensure they will continue on to pass on the centuries of the wisdom they possess to others. As members of an ancient but dwindling community, they're always in need of help, no matter where that help comes from. Very good. In my dreams, someone of a notable appearance approaches me, with hair that is lightly silver and that the eyes are regal and wise. With a tone of gentle authority, he introduces himself as Damascus, one of the ancient pagan philosophers. Though in my dream I don't quite register the importance of this. Regardless, he thanks for all the support I've shown the Neoplatonic Academy in Harran to help ensure its survival. My eternal thanks for your kindness, child. May the gods bless you. That is from so long ago. So there you go, a little bit of jump. And now make offerings to the Harran's Temple of the Moon. Prepare the gifts. It is wise to pay respects to the gods every now and then, no matter what form they take. I have decided it's time to pay my respects at the great Temple of the Moon in Harran. It is the legacy of the ancient world, adorned with idols to various deities such as Tammuz, who is also known to the Greeks as Adonis. At the center of the temple stands the outer moon deity, known locally as Sin. Though the walls are worn and the temple has definitely seen better days, visitors say they could feel centuries of history bearing down on it. Anyways, I've offered priests a substantial donation for offerings and sacrifice to show my devotion to the gods. I hope divine favor from the heavens. Gained 100. You're getting there. And finally, let's pray to the planet. 7 luminaries. Since ancient times, the pagans of Mesopotamia and Levant have dutifully worshipped the stars and planets. I too prepare offerings at night on the altar and pray to the celestial bodies, that they may guide me, nurture me, and protect me, as I've always done for humankind in countless generations. Tonight, I stand outside before the vastness of the night sky and ask for the blessings of one of the 7 planets. Go for Sol or Samash. They give me no signs, so they do not show any auspicious signs concerning my fate. Did what you could. How much does a feast cost? 180 on average. Unless you want to go on. Or wait for another tournament to take part, but you're risking the security of the realm. Knowing her, she would likely be the one to go after me. That's the one we ought to watch out for the most. What is the high ground? Would like to fight the conquest to get this, since it's technically part of Jazeera. Well, this one is a little bit bogged down by a peasant uprising for whatever reason. Well, that means we can raid anybody, whoever we want. And raiding gives you prestige, so let's raid. Don't raid this one. Perhaps we could take advantage of the situation by raiding there as to prepare for the upcoming war. Weaken their defenses by raiding. Gain rough terrain expert right before you left. Good. There you are. Oh, you are very weak. And this one's about to be besieged, and we will swoop in and take advantage of the situation soon enough. This isn't much, but we'll take it. If anybody raids my lands, how dare you? And because of the occupation, that means the peasants have grown larger in size. Now they're gonna swarm them. Oh, they're screwed. Yeah, I know what they're up to. Lost cause. We'll probably lose. From Balsaza. This is the one to watch out for, I guess. This man. You know, he's a bit ill, but better commander, more commander traits, higher quality, more men and arms counter. They have more bowmen. I thought about getting bowmen. But actually, get me to step warriors. We can counter against that. Stop waiting. Still, we'll probably lose. It's something we ought to consider. It's like, yeah, may have the numbers, but they have more bowmen. Which we can hire them at a reduced price slightly. Something that I'm just willing to gamble on. But are we gonna let these bastards get away with it? What else does he have? He's cautious, whereas reckless. Plus you're doing it at a temple, not at the fortified place where we may have some defensive advantage at this. Light horsemen are good against archers, and the horse archers, what do we have? Good against skirmishers and heavy infantry. Armory zone, they're not good against the archers nor the skirmishers. While light footmen are good against heavy infantry. Well, we do have a couple of good Ashwara. They'll have this place looted. Some control's been lost. We shall see. Oh, we're taking more casualties. But I believe it's the skill bar, that's right, and we killed one of them that would prevail. Now we know who we're up against. And we got the loot back after they looted that temple. So that would teach them a lesson. Legitimate son. Not Raz. Same name. Think. Ezekiel. Now that's a name. Ezekiel means God, straight puts it. I could scarcely remember what my life was like before Antipatra declared her love for me. I am flattered, but also overwhelmed by her attentions. I find myself longing for some peace and quiet. Yet I cannot but worry. Would I be thrown away from a true prospect of true love? That cannot be right, can it? She deserves a kiss at least for her devotion. Not be soulmates, because I'm already a married man. Huh. Where am I? What's going on? I peer into the darkness and my eyes adjusting. The one. There's someone by my bedroom window. I scramble out of bed, reaching for a dagger on the nightstand. The intruder grabs my arm, tugs, and spin around, sinking the blade deep into her stomach. She looks at me for an endlessly long moment, her lips move without a sound, then she falls to the ground. Babaeus, are you alright? By the window stands none other than Antipatra, blade in hand, ready to defend me. I throw myself in her arms, she holds me tight. We share one kiss, just like honey. Yeah, we do not have archers deployed right now. Is he doing it for the one or for fame? The cynic myself says. Okay, that's man. So we can reinforce everybody and prepare for war. I would also love to increase the strength of the Arboretum, but we kind of don't have time for that right now. Another peasant uprising. This is embarrassing for you. 90 some odd days. Since our armies grow larger, you know it takes time for it to assemble. So let's rather wait. A story about them. The fire roars, drinks of an head. I was calling me out for the story. My first thought is a famous Syriac folktale, a classic that never fails to tell. On the other hand, what if I told the story of my own life? Perhaps at the time I won a horse race contest at Immersion's Grand Tournament. Well, keep it traditional. Sing by a fire, drink a hand. Told her a fantastic story. Again, to form this kingdom, you need 2 duchies. I mean, that's one thing. The other is, I own 3 counties, but you need 11 out of 20. Praise Tammuz. Marti shall be her name. The antelope of Saruj. A master of the hunt, Hosai brings word of beasts upon him. Been hearing much talk. Hold on. Says there are excellent prospects of hunted antelopes. Many worthy antelopes seen roaming the drylands. Hunt is a little expensive, because you need the money for it. Money that's going to a war.
2,000 strong. You see why we need bowmen? To deal with the light footmen. That's what the bowmen are good for. Good against skirmishers.
4,000 strong, although most of them are levies, but a great portion of them are light footmen. It also controls mosques, another source of strength. Never back down. Gotta have every advantage you can get. If I had the ability to command armies. Don't know why I wouldn't. Let me see regarding old artifacts. Sunny Caliphate. That would mean I would have to get this other part that I do not yet have for the rest of this duchy, or alternatively, the other alternative would be down there. Although it'll be easy, like once we deal with this, then we'll declare a holy war against the Karamites. To get part of Kurdistan and the mid. Better off to get Kurdistan. Mountain fortresses, you know. Not quite ready yet for the bowmen. In fact, increase size again. For it to be full. Who the heck are traveling in the river? From Kawa. That's Sindhi. They come from a Habri Salt. They're seafarers, so they're allowed to sail in major rivers. Practiced pirates. No wonder. Heading in that direction. The good thing about these Kuramites up there is they are pacifistic. They don't do holy wars. I encountered a commoner outside today. She was, to my puzzlement, looking very closely at the ground and the surfaces of various plants and rocks. It turned out that she was looking for any sign of snails, as assisted to look up Epithet. She was tasked with gathering some snail slime, as the mucus has various medicinal uses. Could you educate me a little bit about snail slime? So, up the intrigue a bit, while up the lifestyle experience readers to worship nature. Historically, in some parts of the world, people would connect snail slime as it was believed to have healing properties in regards to medical issues such as inflamed skins and stomach ulcers. Preliminary modern research suggests that it may indeed show promise as a treatment for repairing damaged tissue. It's fine. Hits of an odd party. Recently I was approached by my wife, who suggested an invitation to a curious party organized by herself and plus participation of several people, all willing to engage in all sorts of creative sexual intercourse. I cannot vouch for this interpretation as much. The conversation was just innuendo. It could have been more mundane meaning. She's waiting for the answer. Will I attend this party? Wow, she's a deviant too. But you're pregnant already. Gain odd tastes. Indeed I will. There you go. Now this land is Syria, with large Harranian minority here. Promotes the growth of the minority group when you count. That's the opposite. You got 9 years left to work on that. While we will be building a war chest as we reinforce. I'm right back at my castle after a long, lonely walk. Another year passed, another year older. I was born this day 27 years ago. The older I get, the more I cherish the relationships I cultivate over the years. So it saddens me I have not heard from my wife or any of my friends today. I trudge along my chambers, loneliness pinning my lazy feet. I hear clanging hush whispers from down the hallway. What could that be to this hour? Happy birthday! What a surprise! All my nearest and dearest friends have come together to wish me well as I begin this next year of life. There was even a entire table laden with saffron cakes, my favorite. Here I was thinking about that everyone had forgotten about me. I cannot believe she went through all the trouble arranging this in secret. I had not the clue such thoughtful surprise being planned at all. My friend, the other one, approaches me. The straw carried 3 beautifully wrapped packages. Ever the trickster says, 3 gifts here, but 1 shall be yours, for which shall be. That's my old childhood friend. A medium-sized one will be perfect this time. Owner of Syriac Good Company. Let me read this. An ornate tome shows the eloquent understanding of revelry as it touches upon subjects such as the art of feasting. The cover is lettered, displaying a repeating image of religious symbols and nausea about a placement of zircon inserts. It's held closed by ornamental clasps. Just want to be well prepared. Now there's one issue. That domain limit. Maybe you could help me with this. Again, I'm not going to tell you to convert your faith. You could keep the faith. Because secretism, that's fine. Now here's my other son. Patros. Be a name. My vassal, Rabakerta Tammy, approaches me, rage in her eyes and canter. Held by the scrub its neck. As she thrusts the can in my face, I see it's my dear paws. I found this little monster among my things. One wasn't scratched to bits, was covered in piss. It's just a cat. Calm down, will you? Speak of that. Is it time to pet? Yep, pet. You lose 8 stress. Can get up to 5. When we conquer this area... Okay, well, what would happen? Conquering the statue. Will anybody be the vassal? Yes, this man who I thought it was to be dangerous. And that means I will... I am burst in my room, fuming like a pot at boil. Heat coming off of slightly intimidating. This is unacceptable! The way Zara is such a witch! I leave my motions furious of arms. Can't you do something? It's clear that something's gone down. You need to tread carefully. 2 continents. Alima, calm down. Go talk to her. Everything can be solved through communication. High diplomacy. There. So that means I'll be having these 2 lands for myself. And he can keep those 2. Dynasty Legacy. Caravan networks will give me more monthly income, and reinforced edition will last twice as long, or cheaper grand weddings. Increased chance to generate a temporary strong hook on lieges who like you in grand weddings. It's kind of too late for that now. Hunt and feasts be cheaper. That sounds more like it.
Plus, I'm always wary about popular opinion, because the lower the popular opinion is, then peasant uprisings go up, and then peasant uprising means low control, and the lower control, that means danger to my life. I mean, this isn't a Silk Road place like a Debutantes Basin if I were to go all the way with these folk. I'll just say mostly fair. Just have a popular opinion up a bit, and hunt and feasts are cheaper. Because that's what I would want. Cheaper feasts and hunts. You know, when times of these are needed. But there, is that antelope still around here? The sighting? For another 2 years. And you know, I do want an improvement of that. Vassal levy-based contribution. Every little bit helps to strengthen our realm. So I actually do want to go hunt. But please wait. And another reason why you gotta say please wait. Because I got sick. Somehow I foresaw that. That was quick. 8 gold is the income. Monthly maintenance is 15. He's at an age where he could be betrothed to somebody and he's going to have alliances and we're going to have issues. Guess the peasant revolt was over recently. Deserting levies. I think we should just go straight for the capital and win this thing. Why not do both? Too far away. Let me see. You've seen falconry the past few times in the last days. Now there's a drawback of this. High development. Just only a select few will be with me. It'll cost you none. Costs 91. I really want that antelope for bragging rights. As we wait to arrival of the rest of the guests, my servants could get started on preparations. Gatekeepers check the shrublands. Each set of signs of quarry while establishing a camp close to the hunting grounds. The antelope are close. I could feel it. Soon. 63% chance of success. Glad I'm Syriac. Zachariah assembles the party as the sun rises over the hunting grounds, nestled in Harran is the shrublands. My men have been gathering sighting of the antelope that roam the local area. My many gamekeepers and fleshers have been pouring over the area for tracks and fumes. A stout buck is definitely in the area, and the conditions could be hardly better for hunting. We shall seek for that antelope. My party and I stalk through a copse. Eyes peeled for any sign of antelope. From the canopy above, soft twittering spills forth, growing louder as we advance. Its nest is screeching for its mother. An agile huntsman brings down a fluffy ears. Yes. An unfledged rapper chick from the oak. What luck! Only young birds caught in the wild couldn't be properly trained to hunt. Slight increases the hunter trader's experience. But as a compassionate man, I'll say, put it back. Diana, Jansa, Antonius is crouched on the ground, humming cheerfully, picking geraniums, how do you say that? He appears to have lost all interest in it. Malkana, what? Bounty of nature. Look at these plants. Truly the wealth of the earth knows no bounds. We do not appreciate these simple treasures enough. Get back on your horse. We're here for the antelope. Success chance more. You found raptor eggs. My huntsmen upon a secluded clearing downwind of the beast's covert. Perfect place to form our bow line and wait the antelope driven thither by the hound teams. We had a fine chance to practice our archery on a real moving target. A great suggestion, because I got a bow myself. As Abdul-Wahad and I pat on the foot on some troublous ground, I almost jump out of my skin at the sound of an almighty yelp. Turn to see my courtier sprawled on the ground, the snare tightly choking his cough. He howls me. Hark, these damn commoners! Why can't they hunt like real men? Left in a trap. He calls him the Craven. I don't know that, man. Oh, don't do that. I must press on or we'll lose the antelope. We watch for the antelope from a concealed bow line, tensing with anticipation as the flushes, cries, and bang hounds grow louder. The sandy buck suddenly leaps into the clear ahead, horns flying, bounding straight towards us in terror. So we'll gain experience in bow if I do this, slightly increasing the hunter tree experience. Although I will gain stress because I'm compassionate, but I will lose more stress if I get that beast. 7% chance that somebody got wounded. 100% chance of the beast escapes. 60% chance that he's shot. All these mine. I carefully take aim as the antelope bounds towards us. Who's pounding us from? The arrow strikes true, straight into the beast's heart. That's how you do it! Hunts like these are pure joy. I cannot wait till next year. There's nothing quite like the thrill of bringing down a mighty beast. Antonius directs the breaking up, clumsily skinning a carcass before letting the game masters take over. We place the eager dogs share the spoils on a stretch hide before departing for camp and home. So, yep, definitely got this. This is the antelope horn. Horn of the antelope hunted by Babaeus and Harran. My son Ezekiel will appreciate the trophy. Yeah, I don't know if it's a good idea if you want to give that to your baby, but just give it to him. Because I got so many damn trinkets. Yep. Now you're in that path. Your health is good. Keep it up like that, and maybe you'll have the army gold maintenance reduced. Well, now let's start building up a war chest before we officially go on the conquest war. Well, it was there. Let me have another concubine. Let's see. Nana shall join my court. High stewardship, that's why. Potential wife. Religious fanatic pleases him. One day I was paying a visit to one of the minor dwellings in my capital county. Someone manages to bypass my henchman and swiftly approaches me, dagger in hand, yelling, "This is for you to stop converting the religion of my county, you lovely scum!" Fortunately, my bodyguard is close by protecting. Nevertheless, I must fight for my life. I'll use my diplomacy to influence the fanatic, because they're tempted to convert a county. Certain traits such as callous, wrathful, deceitful, arbitrary, vengeful, sadistic, paranoid, and zealous increase the chance of getting this event. As always, there are radicals available to risk everything in order to take revenge actions. The prowess and diplomacy determine the final outcome of this event. There, nobody died. Ah, yes. Station the archers. Put him here. The way it can be improved upon. Don't you know he's related to him? You know, the Caliph himself? Don't you know that? Again, we're going to take a big portion of this land, and then we'll go up to Kurdistan to fight against the Karamites. And then we'll try to expand all around here, fight a bit of there, and then we'll have enough strength from the land and vassals that I will appoint, who are all Harranians. And maybe we could be strong enough to finally take the land that grandfather desired at one point, due to, you know, this geographic location of its defenses, to fend off against Armenians, Greeks, and others. Then ultimately form this kingdom, and then only then, we can revitalize the Neoplatonic Academy, finally. The ultimate goal of this series. So, let's just keep raising the money until we have, like maybe up to 100 gold or such, so we'll be waiting for a few months. I'd like to get this ideally before declaring war, but we're kind of far away from that right now. Gosh, the Middle East is divided. The only united entity is the Saffrons. Even though if they haven't been expanding much, to be real honest, what's holding them? Because, you know, if we aren't careful, one day, if you were to expand this way and then start expanding this way, you might be the one to reform the Persian Empire, since he's a Persian. I'd love to go raid right now, but I kind of already did that. Fort's level 3. Fort level 3. Fort level 3. 3. Yazidi Shrine. Inactive. I didn't know you were in prison. A lunatic. Yeah. I looked down to see my cat paws drop, scroll my feet, sealing my distinct style, giving chaos contact. For I do not believe in God. Oh, is that so? Well, you are infirm. Can we cook on him? Praise Tammuz, another son. Avina. Don't know what I'm going to do with that, but don't expect anything. Another son. Elisha. I do encourage the spread of the dynasty all around. But also I'd like to live long, too. Because I must be the one to form the kingdom all around. You gotta get everything. Even if we have to get Kurdistan. There's never a quiet moment. My son and heir Ezekiel is so full of questions. I do my best to encourage his curiosity, but sometimes can't help but get exhausted by the constant stream of thoughts and queries. When the father and the mother love each other very much. Don't worry, your secret's safe with me. I would never blackmail you. That means we can start improving buildings if we have the money for it. And also these, too. Oh yeah, I forgot about you. Just like to have as many children as possible. You know, I think that's a good amount of money that we should have in our war, just like knowing that it would take some time to siege these areas down. And then march to Nineveh. You actually changed your culture to Assyrian. I was wondering why the names look different. I just realized that. But these still have the old Arabic names. There's Nineveh and Nineveh. Mosul is now Nineveh. How about that? Okay. Now let's make this official. So let's set some ground rules here. Conquests only. No holy wars. Except the Kuramites. Because fair game. Because they're a pacifistic people and they won't stand up against us. So, alright. Let's go for it. They are a weakened realm. Still cannot lead armies for whatever reason. Gotta be something that's restricting me. May have to... Well, I'll probably figure that out in the next playthrough. After this. Just have to accept that fact. Plus I keep getting sick often in the front line, so that's a risk in itself. Probably in the settings I may have... Maybe I'm just more of a tourney fighter than a military man, military leader. Landslide and up a couple. A landslide's been reported up a couple, burying several villages and killing many. I need to act quick if I'm to help the people there. Let's try to help the victims as much as we can. I wanted to pay. Okay, it doesn't cost as much as I thought it would be. As far as maintenance is concerned. Rage. Do we have a siege engineer? Military engineer? Yes, we do. Okay. Go here because no one's attacking you. Just want to make the progress faster. Then we'll hunt down this enemy army. I exit my tent, siege camp sprawls up before me. A chaos of improvised creatures of simmering gold and low morning light. Flags flap and flutter all along the horizon, and at various intervals fires burn. Shouts and cries ring through the damp air. My low retainer approaches and informs that the siege is ended. I gather my bodyguards and head to the edge of the camp. The Tower of Epithet stands for me, a smoldering wasteland, a bleak abyss wreathed in smoke and red ruin. Fields in between, the dead and dying lie scattered, abandoned to bugs and vultures. Smoke rises from flaming houses, survivors huddle in the ruins of houses. This is going to be our territory one day, so I have to be compassionate for this. No matter what you think of me for this. Tavish. In court then, Harran. You ought to be careful who you appoint as commanders here. Now he's the sickly one. Been getting good luck with the children, except for this one. Really unlucky one. Nope. Get the acclaimed knight. Lose this rank. Come on, everybody. Do I have to be doing this? No. Holy warrior. But we have the numbers. Killed one of the Ashwara. A Yazidi man, huh? You might be useful to me. Because, you know... Well, they consider us as evil, no matter what. Because the Yazidism, though they do have a sizable minority there, and too, they're of communal identity. They believe in reincarnation and Islamic syncretism. Hey, so do we. But you still view us as evil because we're pagan to you. I find that odd. Witchcraft is criminal to them. So I see. They don't allow missionaries either. We'll get moving along. We'll be heading to Nineveh soon. Take their capital. And then business done. I can hold another turn if I wish, preferably archery. Hey, Tavi. You're coming with me. Stick around, you might be of use to me. Because look at you. Your age, your skills, and your martial, you might be one of the better generals to us, potentially. Ah, we'll let him go. Get the siege engineer. Of course, each time I send him back, I have to bring him back. I figured it out now. I think it's due to, what is that mod that I use for this series? Because I have this in a setting where each time a commander is removed, or, there goes my son. Each time that my commanders are changed, we switched, then this man here, Gregor and well, they're sent back home each time we switch, so it's kind of, you know, want to make you think of the wise choices. And that's not an excuse for me of why I don't bleed my armies, unless I assemble them here. I wonder if that's the reason. Well, I'll do something in a bit. Stick with us. While meanwhile, at my home, the clinking of mail and the clashing of swords rings my ears as my Eswara practice their arms. I study them intently, trying to discern each one's particular strengths and weaknesses. There could be little rest for them, for as soon as the bell is rung to signal the end of the mock melee, the stable doors are open. Time to bring out the mounts. Today we are going field riding. Tavi glances at the mud fields. Tavi Dizidi. Glances at the mud fields at the bottom of the hill. Those could serve as the outline of an enemy army, he says. I inform my Eswara to inspect the battle line, prepare them with the strategy at hand. I shall cut off diagonally and lead them into the flanks. The storm of whoos around me, the shouts of mounted warriors, the unyielding momentum right at their head, feels as if I'm the head of a force in nature. This, however, is the force I direct. I respond to my every little order. Command as it was a succession to myself. Charging into the flanks of an imaginary army, my Eswara never straying from my plan. I know that's how I bring utter devastation to my enemy. This is how the rush of victory will feel. Household guard. There you go. Step out of my tent and rub my eyes. Siege camp sprawls out before me. A great knot of men at smoking torches. Pennants and pennons of every color wave stiffly back and forth in the persistent wind. Women long-haired commanders sit at tables, trading gossip and tall tales, conferring in private, their urgent whispers drifting on the breeze. My Lord Retainer approaches and informs me that the siege is ended. I gather my bodyguards and head to the engine again. The VIET of Nineveh stands for me, a decayed shell of its former self, empty supply carts lay gutted and burning everywhere, burning homes, and a crumbling spire pointing accusingly into the grey, rainy sky. Bodies trapped at jagged iron spears at the gates. Shocked survivors stumble along the cob streets, clad in the dusty remains of dinghy ships and tattered cloaks. The men look for me for direction. Spare it, because I'm going to be the owner of it. These are all there. One's a Mandaean, and the other is a proper Assyrian, Nestorian Christian. So let's decide a case-by-case basis. You there, you're Mandaic. Zealous and strong believer, so they would never convert. So I'll release you. And this woman here, release her. Again, I brought them in so I could just have a look, and then they could go wherever they wish to. Hashmada of Shinga will become my vassal. Well, the land is his. The title will be destroyed after the war. Oh, I'm not terribly worried about that. I can remake it whenever I wish to. And a new shaman. Unfortunately not as good. Hey, what happened to the old one? Did the old man die? Right. Now, this land is mine. I could build a duchy building here. Hey, where's the Yazidi man? There's a reason why I brought him here in the first place. Consider this land up there in Nineveh to be yours, because this is a holy site. It's significant to you, and perhaps we may get along. As you be an overseer there. As I said, you might be useful to me, but keyword might, but it doesn't appear to be so. Wish I could promote your minority. But keep in mind, that plus, it lessens the burden of me trying to restore control of the areas I just conquered. 1 second. Yeah, you got it. It'll take 6 years. Do we have a seneschal? No, do we not? We do not. Glad I brought you here. Help me with this. And I'm gonna have to be wary of myself. Adequate public infrastructure continue its development. It's a tiny bit of tax here. Oh, with you as a vassal, you don't like me, but you are terrified of me. Because you are craven and shy. So you won't do nothing to me. Obligation invalidated. Ghazi status. Ah, yes. Because change. And as for you, what can I do to make you happy? Reduces cost of men at arms. The Legion vessel. But the flaw of that is less levies and no tax coming from that. Well, to be fair, now listen. If something happens to this man due to the lack of control, then what are you gonna do? So that was step 1. That was step 1. So I own 7 out of 11. And we're just getting started. So all we need to do is expand towards the mountains up of Kurdistan. Not just Kurdistan, but Armenia as well. In fact, there's going to be 3 wars that relate to Kurdistan. All the way to Medina. Guess I may have to fight against this Sunni Caliph. But not in a holy war, obviously, but if you were to fight for Erbil, I mean, that's just for starters. And we can go up against the Karamites, which unfortunately, it won't do much in the way of conquest. It's got a hill forts, quarters, and simple pastures. And our land is indeed Kurdish, and it's very Karamite. It's very Karamite. Could find a proper wording here. So we'll end the episode on that note. So now I got two little minorities who might as well be powerful vassals that I would probably need to appoint, otherwise they'll get pissy at me. And plus, it spells for more trouble. Well, you can actually have this. I know there are far better stewards out there, but you can have this. Now I'll start swaying you in. Sorry I raided your land. Again, it makes sense for me to choose that Dynasty Legacy of mostly fair. So finally, we've taken a first major step. So maybe in the next episode, we'll be fighting more series of wars to expand more, which will no doubt get to enough. And then, although I figured out a way how to, well, you know about me being money intensive these days. How do we form the title? Well, reform the title of this again, even though I could, you know, usurp that, but you need a lot of money for that. And two, there is a way. Look, I'm going to show you. I've not done a reinforced relations in a while. East Asian communities. There is a decision to bring in East Asian specialists, and if I remember correctly, they also help you reduce the cost of creating titles. So obviously there will be a few more wars to fight, and there will be more and such. And we'll find out the strength of everybody around us. So we're surrounded by Sunnis. We're surrounded by Sunnis, and except the Karamite. And not far is Byzantium, which they're having one of those claimant wars. But I got so many children that making alliances is of no issue. So I should be fine on my own based on the way we're going to do here. So I hope you people will join us in the next episode as we will continue the wars of expansion to form the Kingdom of Jazira, or it might be called Assyria, or whatever is the native name of it for the Syria culture of anybody with the Aramaic language. It also could be known neutrally as Kingdom of Upper Mesopotamia. And then once that kingdom is formed, we will finally achieve the major goal of this series that I've been wanting to do in the first place. Revitalize the Neoplatonic economy. For all this. So we still got more work to do in the next episode. But until then, so long for now.